If you're looking to purchase your first winter jacket in Germany, then this video is for you. In this video, we're going to cover topics like what to look out for when you purchase your winter jacket, where can you buy your winter jacket in Germany, and how to wash it. Hey, my name is Jen and I'm from Guatemala.
And mine is Yvonne and I'm German.
And together we're from simplegermany.com, where we create English content to empower internationals to settle into life in Germany more smoothly. When I first moved to Europe in 2010, I bought the warmest jacket of my life. I come from Guatemala City, which is in Latin America, and the coldest temperature I had ever experienced, I think, was like 10 degrees on at 2 a.m. every now and then, maybe in December. So when I moved here and I had my first winter, actually it was in Budapest, my first winter, I'm like, okay, cool, this is the warmest jacket, it's gonna pull me through winter, amazing. Was a big mistake. First of all, I bought the jacket in October when I already thought was, wow, this is really cold, but that was nothing compared to the winter in Budapest. Here's a picture of me next to a frozen lake with what I thought was my very cool winter jacket, and that was a big fail. I moved to Germany in 2012. I bought another winter jacket, which I thought was the warmest jacket of my life, and again, I failed. Until fast forward a few years, I met Yvonne, and she was very kind to share with me her tips on finding a good winter jacket. And here is pretty much a condensation of everything that Yvonne and I have, well, Yvonne has taught me, but that Yvonne knows pretty much is her knowledge. So are you ready to share your tips?
Hell yes.
So first point is what to look out for when purchasing a winter jacket in Germany.
So everything I'm going to say now is, of course, my opinion, and I'm very biased. And
you're not the officially TÜV-approved winter jacket purchaser of Germany.
So here are the 6 criteria all of my winter jackets that I have bought in the past 10 years had to fulfill. And mind you, there were actually only 2, because I also go for quality, which is one of those points. So starting with, my winter jackets have to be waterproof. And I say waterproof, not water resistant, because there is a very big difference. Water resistant, you might be able to get into a shower and the water just perls off, but that's...
Hold on. Into a shower, you mean like a rain shower? Yes. Or into the shower when you shower?
In German, it's shower.
It's okay, but continue.
Ein Regenschauer. Yeah. So it might be enough if you just get into a small rain shower and the water just pearls off like its membrane. However, it will not sustain heavy rain. And why do I say this? It's not that I move myself into heavy rain on a conscious basis or because I want to, but where we live in Düsseldorf, and that applies to other areas in Germany as well, it may rain quite a lot in winter. And you can never really predict it that much. And you will be outside one way or another because you're using public transportation or you're cycling or whatsoever. So I want real waterproof jackets.
So can you please share the words in German for waterproof?
Wasserdicht.
And water resistant?
Wasserresistent.
Mm-hmm, which is a big difference,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
And Yvonne goes to the extreme measure, no, not extreme actually, that you also want to know specifically how many milliliters of water the jacket can absorb, right?
Die Wassersäule.
Yeah, genau.
And they usually measure it by 10 or 20 or 30,000 millimeters. 10 is borderline. I would like to have something more than that.
Yeah, and like you said, I think it highly depends on where you live in Germany, but generally speaking, it's very rainy. But don't kid yourself, because also strong snow, I actually didn't know before I saw snow for the first time that people actually also use umbrellas for snow. I mean, it makes sense. It's rain as well.
Because when snow hits you, it melts and then it's water, right?
Exactly. So also, even if it snows a lot, it's still water, so you still want that waterproofness in your jacket, right?
Correct, yes. Second point is windproof, and the same applies again. Windproof, winddicht, not wind resistant. Wind resistant. Yeah. That's the W error here. And the point being is that, again, first of all, I cycle a lot, and on a bike you cannot use an umbrella. And second of all, depending on how windy your area is, which again, Düsseldorf can be, not always, other areas like Hamburg are even windier, the wind is so strong that umbrellas, they don't work. They just break, they fly away, and it's not really convenient. Hence, the jacket being the proofing shell for the elements.
Yes. This doesn't go as much as to winter jacket, but you just mentioned because you cycle a lot. I would also say in that case, when it was raining or stuff in winter, we would also wear waterproof pants, like these water-resistant pants. But that's not the jacket-related thing. Just to emphasize that we would never get wet because we would have a whole protection.
Including shoes also.
Including shoes as well, yeah. Now to the next one, yeah?
Yeah, next one that applies to the same reasoning is a hood. I would never buy a winter jacket nowadays without a hood. Same thing, rain, wind. Especially wind, sometimes if you have like a winter hat, depending on how it's made, the wind still goes through and my ears are sensitive. So I like to have a hood for the extreme cases. And mind you, extreme cases for Germany. I do know there are other areas in the world that are way more extreme, but context.
Yes, exactly. Of course, if you're in Iceland, you would definitely look for a completely different jacket.
Yeah, or Canada, Alaska, Scandinavia.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, now going to the next point, it's the length of the jacket. One of the mistakes that I did with my very first winter jackets is that I bought it at hip level waist, which is all cool and dandy for looking all cool. But also because it's winter, all the wind and everything kept on going up my my body.
Under the jacket, yeah.
Under the jacket, and also it's not healthy for the livers, I learned afterwards. Kidneys, sorry. The kidneys. So ideally, the length should be under your butt. So a little bit longer. I, of course, I'm relatively short, so all longer jackets look a little bit gangster on me, but I'd rather have it that way than having it short and then getting all like super cold in that area, right? Another point is a good fit of the jacket. Now, by good fit, I don't mean that it should look all like tight and lean and amazing, because in winter, one of the strategies is to layer up, to use multiple layers of clothing to keep warm. So when it's really, really cold, let's say we go to the winter Christmas market. Obviously, it's in Christmas, it's winter, to the Christmas market.
Let's go to a summer Christmas market.
Maybe they will exist at some point. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, in Australia, they do.
Yeah, true. So there I would wear a long sleeve shirt, I would wear a t-shirt, I would wear a sweater like this, maybe a vest, maybe another fleece jacket or a fleece, and then my winter jacket. So I have multiple layers.
That is for extreme cases, because your winter jacket should be warm enough.
Yes.
I mean, the one that you have.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that I want that possibility. Okay, maybe it's a Christmas market in the Alps where it's like ultra cold. So I want that possibility to be able to layer up. So by good fit, I mean that it should obviously not be like ultra baggy. Mine is a little bit borderline, the one that I have. But you should have enough space to layer up, because if it's only the winter jacket and you cannot put a hoodie or another sweater or another fleece under it, you might actually be a little bit chilly.
Yeah, and the point of also layering up is to have air between each layer, because that air actually creates the warmth.
Yes.
So if it's all tight, you are actually not allowing the effect of it. Why are you doing it?
Yes, exactly. And the other criteria that we look after is price. And this, of course, will highly depend on the budget that you have, but most importantly, how much time maybe you plan in living in Germany. My first winter jacket that I got, like the proper one, after following Yvonne's advice, I actually got it at Decathlon. And I didn't buy a specific winter jacket, I bought a skiing jacket. And this one cost around 180 euros, and it was like the top of the line at Decathlon at the time. And that one had everything, it was waterproof, I mean, it's for skiing, so it has everything. The hood is was a little bit oversized because it's meant to have a helmet under it when you're skiing. However, because I cycled with this jacket, it was amazing because it covered my whole bottom area. I could wear my cycling helmet under my hood, so that was pretty convenient. Then I upgraded to a next level winter jacket when I had a little bit more budget. And there I got how do you pronounce it even?
Fjällräven.
Fjällräven, which is a Swedish brand. And this one, my goal is to last at least 15 years.
And you've had it already, what, 6-7 years?
Maybe already, so fast. And it's like, it's pretty much as I bought it brand new. Nothing has, I don't even know if it looks like I've worn it.
Well, it's got a bit dirty, but other than that.
But other than that, everything is pretty much super intact in that way.
And why are you emphasizing that? Because that was easily 500 euros. So it's really a quality upper tier jacket. And the thing with your jacket is I do not like it because it's really heavy. It's a heavy jacket. You love it. For me, it's way too heavy. I prefer lightweight, fluffy, warm jackets. So that's why we have very different jackets.
Yes, and you got a mid-price one, which is from Jack Wolfskin, and yours also costs like around 250, I think. 50 euros, also 2 years ago or something.
Last year I bought it.
Last year, yeah. And that one is super cool, I agree, because it's very light and compact, and it's still pretty warm, just how you like it, actually.
And despite it being an outdoors jacket, because all the features we just mentioned are typical in the functional space of clothing, it still looks quite elegant because of its simplicity and its blackness in a sense.
Yes, which you love.
Yeah. So I just touched on the functionality. So as you can tell, we like being outdoors, we like functional clothing. However, not everyone does, because they might not look the stylishest depending on what your look and feel is. I do own 2 coats, which are also absolutely legit winter jackets coats. However, the only time I actually wore them on a frequent basis was during my semester abroad, during my studies in New York City. Because there, I didn't cycle. It didn't rain a lot. On the contrary, it was ice cold, but it was very sunny and blue skies. Hence, I didn't have the need for the waterproof. Also, it wasn't so windy, the windproof. And with a coat, it's so long to my knees, I cannot sit on a bike here at home. But there, I didn't have necessity. I used public transportation. So the coat was actually super nice. And I enjoyed a little bit of the being a bit more stylish kind of scenario. So again, it depends on how you want to use it. These coats are warm if you buy a winter coat, but mind you, they are not good for all the other things we just mentioned.
Yeah. If you're finding the content of this video helpful to you, then please consider liking it and also subscribe to our channel to get notified when we release a new video. Well, subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when we release a new video on content to help you settle into life in Germany more smoothly. So now to the next question is, where can you buy a winter jacket in Germany? The answer is everywhere. No.
Well,
yeah, of course, but it highly depends, right? So we can maybe break it down into budget tiers. So we can go from the high quality to middle quality to even secondhand, because you can also buy secondhand. Yeah. So for high quality jackets, we also have two little buckets, and that's the functional one, which is everything that we described, and the designery ones. So for functional, the one that I have, I bought at, I was going to say Globetrotter, because that's how Germans pronounce it, but actually the brand is Globetrotter.
Globetrotter.
Globetrotter, which is a very big outdoor brand. Is it all of Germany? Is it really just, of all of Germany? And I'm pretty sure if you look for outdoor clothing in your city, I'm pretty sure in Berlin, there's like maybe a plethora of very indie outdoor shops that we don't know about. Definitely, you can just Google and go there. Another one that is one of my absolute favorites is Jack Wolfskin. And they also have very high end, middle end, like how you got. And I would say it's in that range that you can find. Good quality ones.
Also, if you're looking for the functional outdoor area, online is of course always an option, except that if it's your first time, you might need to see with your size. However, the website that I use frequently next to Globetrotter is Bergfreunde, so mountain friends.
Yes, exactly.
.de. No affiliation with any of these stores. It's just what we use on our, not daily basis, but whenever we have the need.
Yes, and here I would actually highly recommend, if it's your first winter jacket, to not buy it online. Specifically for what you just mentioned. You need to try it on, see what kind of also texture you like, because every one is a different texture, different heaviness. And even if you know, I'm sure I'm an S, I'm going to get an S, it might be super tight, it doesn't fit. And I think if you invest a little bit of time on going to different shops in a city center or something, then you can actually have a feel for it.
Yeah. And if you go to the higher quality shops, also there the staff is actually knowledgeable and they may consult you. And if you tell them, look, I've never had winter, I need a real winter jacket and not a fall jacket as Jen had it, they will be able to guide you.
Yes, definitely. And then if you're looking for more of a designery jacket, then there's the popular shops of Peek and Kloppenburg, as well as Kaufhof, Galeria Kaufhof. And of course you have Zalando.de, which is for online, but again, it's online shopping, right?
I wouldn't call Zalando high quality.
I think there's a range. You can go from budget to high quality.
Just my opinion.
Yeah, it's also my opinion. Now, if you want more budget-friendly options, if you want budget-friendly options for functional outdoors, then Decathlon, I think, is the #1 shop that you should go check out. Like I mentioned, my very first winter skiing/skiing jacket is from Decathlon. And if you get a skiing jacket, just one word of advice, it has this like belt under it, because that is actually meant when you're skiing and you fall for the snow not to go all the way up. But it's super easy to just like put that belt away, as you can see now in the video that I'm showing you. Now, if you want a little bit more designery and not so functional with all the features that Yvonne just mentioned, then for fashion-y one, did I say that already? Then you can go to H&M, Zalando, Uniqlo even has some as well, and Mango, I think it's another one. Yeah. I said Zalando again, didn't I?
Yeah.
Zara is what I mean. Zara. Now, you can also, of course, get a second-hand winter jacket, which is totally fine. And for that, online, again, this one is online. I just said don't do it online. But one of the very popular ones currently is called Vinted, which is an app for the phone. And there you can see who is selling a winter jacket.
And that's usually private people.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Not companies, yeah.
And that's most likely that, I don't know if you can actually buy it and then return it, maybe not. But if you live in a big city like Berlin loves secondhand shops. So there you can just go to any of the secondhand shops and just scroll and look and just be sure that it has some good feel to it, that it's winter, right?
Yeah.
That it's winter, that it's a winter jacket. Now, how do you wash a winter jacket?
That is a very good question, because to be honest, even myself, I every single time read the label of the jacket, and it highly depends on the material of the jacket. So if we stick to the realm of functional jackets, the ones that we have, I wash them with the detergent that I also use for our sports outfits, so like an active wear detergent. This is the one we are using. Again, no affiliation whatsoever, but it's the Sportwaschmittel for, what does it say here? Für Sport- und Functional Funktionskleidung. So that's what I wash it with. However, very important, since the waterproofness for us is so important, I also need to impregnate the jacket again to help it sustain its waterproofness. And for that, I got this textile impregnation wash. It's a very special wash. I don't even know where I got it. I've had it for years because I use very little of it, and I only wash our jackets maximum once a year just to help it keep the functionalities. And this one you put in the soft, like where in the video where we talk about how to wash your laundry, which we will link in the description below, you put it in the little area of the washing machine that has the flower. So where you usually would put the softness, so where it's the rinse cycle for the washing machine. And it on the back tells you how to use it. You can use Google Translate to understand it, because the tumble of the machine should be the lowest possible. Again, to not destroy the functionality of the jacket. That means, of course, when you take it out, it's like dripping wet. So then I put it in the shower to let it dry. It takes several days.
Yes, we put it in the hanger in the shower, and that's how we do it, definitely. Now, if you have a more designery one, like a coat, like a nice coat there, to be honest, I would also take it to the dry cleaner. I think that's the best option. And like you mentioned, if you do this once a year. And I say also, if you have like a darker jacket and you didn't get super dirty that winter, then maybe you can last 2 winters.
I was going to say, I don't wash it at all.
Yeah, definitely. Mine, because it's a little bit lighter, the color, then of course you can see a little bit the dirt. And I tend to be a very clumsy eater, so of course at the winter Christmas markets, I sometimes put a little splash here.
Yeah, but then we try to clean it like this and not put it in the washing.
Directly.
Point being also is because we layer up, the jacket itself usually does not get stinky from sweat because you have so many layers underneath it that really the washing is...
Just from the outdoor, from
really,
the outside, actually, if something like food is spilled a hot chocolate.
I don't wash it often,
Yeah.
And I think I bought this online. But again, if you go to an outdoor shop like Globetrotter or any of the likes, you can also find it there.
Yes, and the other one that you showed, you bought it in either DM or Rossmann.
Or Müller or any other Drogeriemarkt.
Yes, exactly. Now, also talking about Globetrotter, they also offer, if you bought your jacket from there, I don't know if you necessarily had to have bought your jacket there, but they also offer winter jacket washing service, which you take the jacket there, they wash it for you, and then you can...
And they also offer repair service. Let's say a zipper broke or something. They are very much into reusing the material you already have. They also have a small, actually, secondhand selection. So definitely, if you're into that, check them out.
Yes. And we don't have a dryer, but if you do have a dryer, do not put your winter jacket into the dryer. Definitely don't put it. I'm pretty sure you will screw it up. So yeah. Just a massive disclaimer. Now, this is how you can buy a winter jacket, but of course, winter is coming, and for that, a lot of us struggle a little bit with the first winter and how to handle it mentally. But don't worry, we made a whole video on how we survive winter mentally, which you can check out here on the left. Until next time, cheers! Recording what is considered the video material.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Awesome.